Welcome everyone to the second episode of Hammered and Cheese, episode 2, which we're making a French toaster. With me is the chef is Cole Clayton, and we're about to get started. We are doing all sorts of things today, everybody. So bear with us. We're trying out new camera angles, as you can see with this. That is just an empty bowl, but soon it'll have stuff in it. We're doing crazy shit. So I am your narrator, and as I said, the chef of the day is Cole. What's up, Cole? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I may have started about a third of tequila already, but
Yes.
I'm doing good.
So just so people are aware, Cole, why don't you show them what you're drinking today, just to get things rolling?
So I'm doing Jose Cuervo in honor of the now late great Jimmy Buffett, who died over this past weekend.
Yes.
We're gonna make margaritas today with a little bit of a spin, my own spin.
As one does. So, and also too, to our first comment, it isn't just French toast. We're making a French toaster because both Cole and I are retiring as fatzos eventually. But we can speak the lingo and live the life as we please. So, I guess we can just get started. Do you want to make your margarita first?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But just clarify, if you don't know what a toaster is, it in the Midwest, it's commonly known as a breakfast sandwich. So that's what we're doing today.
I said it was a panini, and he got mad. He's like, "It's not a panini," and I'm like, "Okay."
I didn't get mad. I was like, "Is it a panini?" That was my.
He scolded me, people. He scolded me. He's like, "A panini's Italian. It's not how it works." Cole has experience working in kitchens. I have.
Am I a scolder? Do I scold people? I don't think that's what I did.
It's when things that are very confident for your knowledge base, when you're like, "That's not how it is." I do that with, like philosophy and information. But,
And I do that with like
kitchen
food.
Work.
That's about it. The only thing I'm qualified for.
Well, listen. Hilariously, as Cole just breaks ice into the microphone, which is perfect.
Make the other one bigger. Make the other one bigger. Come on, man. Do your job.
Sure. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, with regards to that, so as I said, kitchen. Cole has more experience in a kitchen. However, I have experience eating in kitchens. So we're gonna make the margarita first, as a tribute to Jimmy Buffett, who took being a beach bum and made a small, manageable empire, which I think we can all believe that is the dream of every beach bum, is that, hey, if you're going to enjoy things, at least enjoy it on the beach. That's fair. So I feel like making that much noise and still coming up with that giant clump of ice is hilarious to me. But
I did my best, bro. So I'm going to cut up a few strawberries, throw them in there.
Oh, you're so fancy.
Yeah, maybe a blackberry, because it's been sitting in my freezer for a while. If I get food poisoning, oh well.
So, if you do, we'll record it. So we have strawberries and blackberries that are just being cut up and added to the ridiculously large block of ice that is in there. And we have Jose Cuervo Especial.
Now, this is a pitcher.
Yeah. So he's getting drunk, everyone. Just that's the whole point of the show. Hammered and cheese. Okay. So don't be aggressive. We're just gonna do the hey. No, not just French toast. A French toaster, Carly, because we're fancy here. Or essentially a breakfast sandwich for dinner is what we're doing. But don't tell Cole that. He gets very mad.
Now, because we are having a breakfast sandwich, yes, I'm going to make a breakfast margarita.
A breakfast margarita. So for people who didn't realize, there are different margaritas for different times of day. Who knew?
There is.
All right. So we're starting. Carly, sorry you weren't here earlier, but we are starting with a margarita because Cole is a degenerate, and we're celebrating Jimmy Buffett. He passed away earlier this week, and he, I believe, is some sort of idol that Cole prays to on a regular basis. It's fine.
I don't know if he was an idol, but he definitely had the right idea.
Well, he had something, that's for sure. All right.
The breakfast margarita, as I like to call it. Um, and just for fun, we're gonna throw a little maple syrup in there.
Well, that
Oh,
is how you make things fancy. Okay. Add some maple syrup because listen, if the booze won't kill you, the diabetes will, people. That's how you work things. Okay.
right, right.
Okay.
Next, I'm gonna put some ice in my cup.
Well, you don't want to pour that giant ice ball, that's for sure. So we put
Right,
in a
that's
little
just
bit
to
of ice.
keep the drink cold.
Exactly. There you go.
Oh, you know what? I'm fucking this all up. Matter
Yes,
of
sir.
fact, I'm fucking this all up. You know what I need to do is cut a little strawberry. And
All right.
we're gonna take that fruit. We're gonna spin the rim.
All
Get
right.
that
Fancy man.
little bit of sugar and acid on there, and move that fucking cutting board off of it.
Hey,
And
hey.
now I was a bartender, so I have a little known fact. I have a bartending license for the state of Ohio. So if I wanted to get a bartending job, I could cut everybody in line who is up for that job.
His
So I know what the fuck I'm
specialty,
doing.
listen, his specialty at the bar was a roofie colada, everyone. Don't worry. And what's up, Nick T? How you doing, buddy? Look at that. All that sugar and only a little bit of
That,
diabetes.
that's salt.
That's salt? Even better.
That's
I don't know
salt.
what's happening, everyone. I'm
You
just
don't
doing
drink
my best.
margaritas, do you?
Obviously not. I drink very expensive whiskey that my wife buys me.
Well, whiskey's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm a whiskey guy too, but you need to live a little, man.
I believe the terminology you're looking for, Cole, is alcoholic. You're an alcoholic. That's okay.
I just like to party.
You just like to party. All
Yeah.
right. So we
And by
are. We went.
party, most people think partying means that you gotta have people over. I don't do that.
Okay.
Oh, I missed. Goddamn. I missed like a motherfucker.
There you go.
Boom.
And we have breakfast margaritas ready to go. Shall we move on to
Boom.
food, sir?
Yes, sir. As soon as
All right.
I clean up my mess.
So we
All right.
had
Boom, boom.
ice, OJ.
Now everything is sanitized, so everybody who's grossed out right now, quit freaking out.
He'll only die himself, nobody else. So it's fine.
That's the other thing. It's just me.
Well, listen. We're just trying
If
to
I,
be
w- I
fancy.
would, I'm not meant to die, bro. Like if I was gonna die, I would have done it by now.
Well, that's how that works. Now,
That's
what else did you
delicious.
put? What else did you put in the margarita? It was OJ. It was
Orange
tequila,
juice, basic, fucking what do you
lime
call it?
mix.
Margarita mix. Some strawberries and a couple blackberries, and then I salted the rim. It was a very easy tequila, Jose Cuervo.
Perfect. All right. That
Pretty
looks.
basic actually, just orange
Hey,
juice.
Carly agrees. That looks nice and frosty. You're absolutely right. And let's be honest, it's going to get him drunk. So we're going to have some good times. Okay. So let's get on to prepping. We have a
All
tomato.
right. So we're not gonna fuck with the tomato just yet. Um, First thing I want to do is make my little egg mix.
Okay. So
Now
one.
this is gonna. I think Dino was right. I may have started off too heavy with the tequila.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But hey, we're gonna work through it. Okay. So lesson number one: take a multitude of eggs. Multitude of eggs and
And for the record, if you spill egg on the floor and you got a decent amount of salt, you can just pour that right on the ground and it'll soak up all that egg. So
that is
like
definitely not how you make this.
and you could just sweep it right up.
Mick, I'm
Boom.
glad we're making you laugh there, buddy. Okay.
So later that'll be sweepable. Where did my egg beaters go? There. All right, so I'm gonna whip these up. Real good.
Those are
I'm going to try to throw a little salt in there.
whip eggs. Add salt.
Toss that in the sink. The next thing we're going to do is take a whole bunch of butter, right? Now, that may have seemed like an awful lot of eggs, but we're going to make an awful lot of eggs today. So that may seem like an awful lot of butter, but we're going to make an awful lot of butter.
It's definitely something. Okay, so we're moving. We are moving.
I got to plug in this microwave. Now, not everybody's got a microwave. Some people like a little air fryer or whatever. But so I'm gonna microwave that butter. And I'm not gonna show you my microwave. I gotta be honest with you. It needs clean. So.
Fair enough. Mick T says he's recovering from the one chip challenge and that we should try it. Mick, I am down for it, and it may be coming in the near future. We may even try and do a one chip challenge while Cole is cooking, because why not? That is not the chips he's talking about, but go on. Oh, okay.
The one chip challenge.
Don't tease me, sir. Don't tease me.
Pringles, man, they're the best fucking shit in the world.
Listen,
all
everyone.
Right, so
yeah.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was going to say, so people know while doing things, when you're separating your eggs, feel free to drop one. And also, too, when you're whisking your eggs, use the smallest possible whisk known to mankind. Okay? And
I mean, if you want to come over and show me how it's done, be my guest.
I do use a large manly whisk. How bad was the one chip challenge? I've heard mixed reviews. It changes every year, Carly. Some kid just died from it. In all honesty, I feel like if you died from the one chip challenge, then like that's on you.
Don't try it next time.
Well, you know, I don't think that's a family issue then, right? It's not just on me. Right? All right.
I mean, I've died before. I'm okay.
Every once in a while, you got to die a little bit. That's called life. Makes you appreciate the days that you're alive. It was bad, very bad. It's like licking the sun. I've licked the sun. It's a thing. Why not?
I've never licked the sun. So right here we got our melted butter.
We have melted butter. Okay, so
we got our scrambled eggs. Right. This is my favorite part. We're gonna take probably the majority of this butter.
That's a lot.
Mix it right in there. It is a lot of butter.
I like it.
I'm gonna mix it all up, whisk it. You kind of want that butter to like start to cool a little bit, because otherwise these eggs are gonna solidify. Right. But otherwise, they're ready. And we're gonna heat this pan up real quick.
All right, so melt one stick of butter in the microwave.
Or my angle.
As others say it, the microwave. And then add 2 mixed eggs. And good question. Mixie, I'm definitely going to check out your Instagram. We'll see if we can play it a little bit later. Victoria asks, are you adding cinnamon and nutmeg to the eggs? Are you adding any spices?
I will for the French toast. We'll get to that. These are just for the scrambled eggs for the sandwich.
Okay. So that is the answer, Victoria, is we're just adding that for the eggs. Go for it, sir.
Like I said, this was an awful lot of eggs. Some of those eggs are going to be used for the bread. I'm not going to use all of those scrambled eggs for the bread, or for the scrambled eggs, rather. Yeah. As that heats up, we can move on to the next thing.
Okay. Why don't you take a drink there, sir?
All right.
Now we're talking.
Let's go ahead and prep my vegetables.
All right. So vegetables, we are working with 1 tomato. Now,
most people don't really like tomatoes and onions on their breakfast sandwich, but I can't justify making a meal without vegetables. That's the type of guy I am.
Okay, and when we're looking at tomatoes, we want a tomato around the size of a fat baby's foot. When it comes to the onion, how much of the onion are we going to be using?
Maybe a ring or two.
And let's say 1/3 of an onion. 1/3 of an
Don't need that
onion.
much. Now the onions. This is the interesting part. I'm going to saute these
Ooh, so fancy.
because this sounds good. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and throw those in the oven now. Or the stove, rather. Man, I'm so drunk right now.
Well, that's why I told you not to start earlier, but you did not listen to me. Apparently,
It's
I
called
am
Cheese and Hammered, or whatever the fuck it's called.
It's not called cheese and hammer. It's called hammered and cheese, sir. And that's why you only drink during the show.
And that's called marketing. I'm making you say it twice.
All right. So.
All right. So the tomatoes are ready. We stick those in the salt a little bit, give them some flavor. Boom.
All right.
We'll dust them off in a little bit. I'll probably need another bowl. Boom, boom. We're gonna peel our sausage out. Now this is gonna be a big ass sandwich, all right? This is supposed to last me the whole night.
Well, this isn't a diet sandwich. This is a proper sandwich, people. We're looking at satisfy a manly hunger and lady hunger, because ladies do work too.
This is a manly hunger after somebody's been drinking. So.
Right. So we're talking about late night, high velocity food. Garlic powder. We're adding garlic powder.
Always. You know, if I add garlic powder, like I said last week, if you watched last week, I always add
onion powder.
And then I like my breakfast or dinner or lunch or any meal spicy.
All right. And we said ground. You said red pepper.
I sure did. And there. I crushed red pepper, which is pretty much the same thing, but it's all for good measure. And then we're going to smash all this together.
And smash it together as if it owes you money.
I'm going to need to take a drink. All right, we can throw that to the side. I'm going to wash my hands real quick.
Perfect. And Mick T says, I'm high, I got munchies, and this looks good to be fair. Well, that is appreciated. Well, listen, we're going to make things happen here, Mick T, and the idea is to satisfy a hunger that is substantial.
All right, and we're going to come back over to our onions right quick. At the angle, yep.
They are mildly sizzling.
Now, all you motherfucking white people out there, I know you need to hear this.
Note to whitey.
You can season your vegetables. Now that's a big surprise. I'm going to take a little pinch of that salt from the margarita, throw it on there. We don't need onion powder because, for obvious reasons.
So, I've included in the recipe a note to white people, specifically, season your vegetable.
Everyone else in the whole fucking world knows how to season their fucking food and their vegetables. I don't understand why I have to tell the white people when they conquered the world for vegetables, for seasoning.
Here's a side note as a disclaimer for everyone. Don't use a steel spatula in a Teflon coated frying pan. That's free advice.
You know what? I don't want to hear your shit. I don't want to hear your shit, okay? All right? I used to agree with you, and then I became poor. So
yeah, well, that's fine.
The mother of my child decided to cheat on me and leave me under a bridge. So I don't want to hear it.
I'm offering it as free advice to everyone, so we don't get sued. That's all. I'm not saying you can't do it. Feel free to indulge. All right. So we took that off.
You're all right. I've been doing it for years. Oh, that's good. That's delicious. Holy shit. Just the onions. We'll
Uh,
take another sip.
take another zip, please. And with regards to the onions, do you just put them in a bowl for safekeeping with the tomatoes, or where are they?
So they're just with the sausage because they're gonna
Ah,
get all cooked up and shit.
with the
Again,
sausage.
I'm gonna re-saute them or not re-saute them, but like warm them up when the sausage cooks. So we'll come to that. The main reason why I'm gonna do the eggs and then the bread next is just everything as the pan gets dirtier and dirtier.
Fair enough.
Everything you don't want the bread and the eggs to look like shit. So here is
The eggs
a
with butter.
decent amount of eggs.
All
As you can
right.
see, I didn't use all the eggs. There's more for the bread.
We saved a little bit. So,
All right.
Carly says, thanks for representing us white people, Cole. That's important. And Mick has the munchies and he says, LOL, because this seems like a great sandwich so far.
It's
So,
going to be.
save
Um, Most people in this situation would use like a
spatula.
a rubber. I don't
A
know what you call it.
spatula.
Um, Not a spatula, but there's another word for it. But pretty much it's a spatula. Um, I'm just not going to because I don't want to dirty up an extra fucking
It's a spatula.
ordeal.
But that's fine.
I
You
don't,
can use one.
there's a word for it, but I can't think of it right
Well,
now. As you can see, these eggs are super delicious, and you can hear the scraping of the Teflon.
you,
Teflon just adds seasoning,
Teflon does
and
not add seasoning, people, but that's okay.
it
Those
does
do
add
look like great
seasoning.
eggs. Let's be honest.
We can take a little bit of black pepper. As you saw, I already added salt. Boom. Very tiny bit. These are the best eggs you'll ever have in your life. I know everybody's like, what the fuck? Did he just add butter to his eggs?
That's
I sure
correct.
fucking did.
A rubber scraper would also work. Realistically, I would say a silicone spatula would be the smartest thing. We are accepting donations, everyone, so please feel free. Yes. Also,
Yeah, definitely.
a spatula. Soon we'll have
Definitely put a donation. If you're going to leave a donation and you have a specific thing you want me to buy, definitely leave it in the notes because if you donate money to me, I will use it for whatever the fuck I want, unless you leave a note.
more margaritas, usually, people. More margaritas. That's okay.
So we're just going to take that. Cause the end of the egg is done.
Egg is done, everyone.
We are going to need to warm that back up later, but
That's
it's fine
okay.
for right now. The next thing we are going to do
Is
take our bread.
all right.
Where is my bread? There it is. There's my bread.
Well,
Bread. I'm going to use
bread.
sourdough. As
Using
you can see.
sourdough.
I am going to add some, and that light is bright as shit.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Boom, 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 boom. And you can't have cinnamon without a little brown sugar.
All right, so cinnamon, brown sugar, 2 eggs.
Now, I like to use brown sugar more than sugar because I'm from the South. But, you can really use whatever the fuck you want. You can use confection sugar, white sugar, whatever, raw sugar, whatever it is that you want to use.
In case people are wondering, there is a way that you can make your own brown sugar. You take granulated sugar and you add molasses, and then you mix the two up and you get brown sugar. However,
molasses is ridiculously expensive for no fucking reason. So.
Well, if you don't have brown sugar, I highly doubt you have molasses. So let's be honest, just buy brown sugar and you'll be fine. Or whatever you want. You can use honey. You can do all sorts of things. So we are going to take sourdough.
Giant ass fucking. I'm going to go to the other screen real quick.
Interesting. What are you doing here? Why are we doing this?
Giant ass fucking pieces of bread is what
They're
I'm
not
using.
that giant.
Sourdough.
They're not that giant, everyone. He just has very small hands and a very small face. It's not the same thing. So let's just go back to this. There we go. That does look fantastic, that's for sure. And Victoria states, have you ever tried using toasted coconut to the French toast batter? Ooh, that is...
No.
I feel like
that sounds good.
More like a tropical French toast instead of a breakfast version for dinner. I like the idea of it, Victoria.
limes and orange juice is pretty tropical, so it kind of sounds like it would go together. I don't have any coconut, but that sounds delicious.
How dare you, Cole? How dare you not have coconut, as that is a normal thing that people add to all sorts of food.
Maybe up in Canada.
Listen, everything's in Canada. We have all sorts of coconut trees. You would be surprised how long they last in the wintertime.
Are you just talking shit? Because I'm starting to believe you.
You're absolutely correct, sir. I will say anything as long as people believe me. What can I say? I'm one of those people.
I'm the same kind of person.
I believe you, sir, but now you are two-fisting, just so everyone's clear. He has one fancy margarita, one lowbrow margarita. Both of them are getting attacked.
Well, I got to finish the old drink before I finish the new drink.
I believe you are a liar, sir, and you are going to drink them both.
I mean, I'm going to finish them both. I'm just saying I got to finish the old one before it gets warm.
Cole doesn't want to drink a warm margarita. Let's be honest. He's drank warm margaritas many a times. Let's not play, sir. Okay.
Oh, a lot of warm stuff in my mouth.
That French toast does look fantastic, by the way, Cole. So I am very excited to see how this turns out. Mick T says, I live 2 hours away from Paris. I've never seen this recipe in France. Well, sir, that's because the Americas are better than the French. Let's be honest.
That's because I made it up. Like, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, just like the Louisiana purchase, they gave coal to the Americas.
Louisiana purpose.
Just so you guys know, this isn't water. This is all vodka. We're all getting shit-faced today.
It's tequila, but
I was
you
talking
really
about
don't know your
myself.
alcohol.
I'm talking about me, not you. There, ding.
Are you getting drunk too? Hell yeah, man! I got a partner now.
That's dangerous, but that's for sure. Who knows? That actually looks great, sir.
Oh, so I still need some time. I got it on like my temperature setting goes to 9.
That's weird.
And this is on 6 right now.
Okay, so we're actually doing the let's see. We'll say medium heat, medium high.
Yeah, just above medium, because medium is 5, so yep.
Medium high heat. But Cole's so as a way of clarifying for everybody, just so you know, Cole's stove only goes up to 9. So it is like medium, high, medium. We'll see.
A little, just past medium, I'd say.
All right. Mixes. I got an ice cold Stella Artois. Cheers. And a cheers to you, sir.
That's what you gotta get, man. Stella's the superior beer.
Are we doing things dairy free? What's dairy free?
Pretty much all the eggs. No, there's no dairy free. Unfortunately.
We're not doing dairy free anything. Apparently, we are keeping America alive, and we're blessing the farmers with our purchases.
I mean, I don't think there's any dairy product in this. You want to make my face bigger for right now? Because they already saw the first one cook. No.
Sorry, what did you say, sir?
We can chit chat for a second because they already saw the first one cook. They know what it's like. What you got? What have you been watching recently?
I've been watching all sorts of things, sir. I did today, actually. I was feeling a little bit down, so after my workout, I watched both Ghost Riders, and I'll tell you, they are horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I was going to say.
They're not good movies, but, Nicolas Cage is an adventure of the mind and the eyes. So he has a lot of issues, but,
I want to see that movie where he plays himself.
Yes. I don't believe I've seen it yet. I might have seen it. I don't remember it, but it's definitely something. That's the weird part is that, that looks like a little bit, we got a little toasty on there, but hey.
A little smoky, but we'll be all right.
Listen, everyone, the fact is that we want to make sure that we are enjoying our sandwiches and not just making sandwiches. We're creating life out of everything. There you go. And I'm not sure why.
A little butter, it saves the burn.
We're adding a little bit of liquid butter because that's a thing. And we're gonna move on.
It makes it kind of drowns out like if it overcooks a little bit.
Sure, that seems reasonable. Anyone who wonders, Add a little butter to everything. Your life will be better.
Butter, better. The reason why it sounds the same.
It's true.
All right, that's done. Oh, boom. Where's my other one? There it is.
Make sure
And
you hit
we're
that metal spatula a little harder. So the thing, make sure you get a little extra Teflon spice to your life.
woo.
All righty. What are we doing here?
Okay. The next thing I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and just cut up this fruit.
What are we cutting the fruit for, sir?
This is gonna be more or less our garnish
Okay.
for here in a little bit. We're gonna mix that up, throw it back in the bowl, and then we are going to take our meat and our onions and toss it right up in there. And if the onions kind of mix in the sausage, it's not that big a deal, whatever. Move that over.
So we're adding the onion and sausage to frying pan.
Yeah, directly, man. Make sure we got the right steam.
Frying it up. And that way we have a little extra flavor for everything, because that's always beneficial.
Now I'm definitely gonna smash this as much as I possibly can, just because that's a big ass piece of bread, you know. So, boom, boom. That's gonna cook up. Those onions are gonna cook up real good.
I am telling people to smash it to their own personal preference, because hey, who knows what bread they're using? But this is our recipe, and that's how it's going to work. Hold on, let me make that bigger. It is habanero jack cheese.
Say goodnight to my kiddo. Wait a minute. But that's I like my breakfast spicy. I like all my food spicy, so that's what I'm gonna throw up on there.
It's also how he likes his burp. A little bit spicy, and he wants them to hurt on both ends. That's fair. What?
What did you say?
Oh, there you go. I said you like things spicy on both ends.
Oh, gay.
That does sound gay, and that's also your problem, sir, not mine. Because we are inclusive as a cooking show. Anybody can watch this.
I didn't say there's anything wrong with being gay. I'm just saying I'm not gay.
You implied it, sir. How dare you? How dare you exclude people from our wonderful cooking opportunity here of a French toaster?
So I'm going to take another sip of my drink.
As you should, sir. As you should. All right. So that sausage is coming to temp. The onions are sauteed. The advantage of having a larger pan is you can do multiple things at a time, but at the same time, you want to make sure that everything is cooked completely, or else you can have other problems. But hey, that's what we're doing here.
Bro, this is America, where we give our food, our farm animals, antibiotics. Everybody calm down.
That is not how antibiotics work, people, just so to be clear, so we don't get sued. All right, so we have layered.
I don't think we're going to get sued for saying that trichinosis or whatever the fuck is some bullshit.
Layered sausage, onions, eggs, and habanero cheese.
This is a cool old school trick that I learned. You take a pan lid. I don't got a lid. So I'm going to take a little water, throw it right in there, melt the cheese right up.
I'm just going to say use water in pan to melt cheese. And that way, people will just throw water on there and see what happens. It'll be fun.
I don't think the stain will catch.
That's all right. It's going to be a learning experience. That way, they have to watch this. They can't just use the recipe.
Look at that.
That looks damn good, sir. Damn good.
I know what I'm doing. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to cool this pan. Now there's a little bit of strawberry juice on that cutting board, but it's all good.
Why are we putting it on the cutting board?
Because we are almost ready.
Ooh. There we go.
Oh, and we're going to cut this sandwich in half because we're not animals.
Cut in half. Cut sandwich in half to make sure.
Oh, that's good. Oh, boom.
Okay. That is one damn good sandwich. So cut the sandwich in half to make sure people know that you're classy. We don't want to make people think that you're an animal.
Boom.
All right. We have the sandwich.
That's the, oh, that's so good.
A little extra nugget for the chef. We have some.
Come back to our.
We have some maple syrup because why
Maple
not?
syrup.
And we're
That's going to be our dipping sauce.
Well, we can't have a French toaster without a little dipping sauce, people.
I'm going to take some of that butter that was left over earlier.
All right.
Mix it right into that sauce. Boom. I already threw my whisk away, so just going to mix it up with a fork real quick.
And add fruit. Fruit as garnish. And how do you spell syrup? I don't remember.
With a Y.
Yeah, I know that part. I was looking at the end, but
R-U-P.
all right. Okay. So maybe you should have a drink there, sir.
Take a picture of this real quick.
Please do. And we are almost done here. And then we'll have a little conversation while Cole is giving us a review of his French toaster. And while we get absolutely hammered. Because we're classy that way. All right. Carly agrees with the words, okay, because let's be honest, it looks fantastic. There, here. All right, everybody, and we have our picture is there.
Come on.
Here. I think.
Phone's acting weird today.
Oh, that's much better. Hold on. There, delete that, add this, and we're going to add that one. Perfect. What are we adding here? There's Cole. And there is the sandwich, people. Fantastic. All right.
Boom.
There we go.
All right.
Okay. So the end result, people, is that sandwich right there. So.
Yeah, pop my air conditioner off. It's a little loud.
All right. So let's get a first bite of that sandwich and let us know how it is, sir. And Mick says, I'm so hungry now. That looks horrific, but I'd eat it. Mick,
How does it look horrific?
Mick, I've known you for quite some time over the internet, and you eat all sorts of things that are horrible. Not just English cuisine. You're also a pervert, so that's okay.
Dip it in that sauce.
Okay, there we go. And the review is?
I do recommend.
Highly recommended by himself. Highly recommended. There you have it.
So you're saying you were sad and you were watching TV?
Hmm. Oh, well, no, I was just a little bit, I was feeling fat because I've eaten so much over the Labor Day weekend. You guys have Labor Day in the United States, right? Well, so I actually did some smoking over the weekend, and I made a pork tenderloin that actually turned out quite spectacular. I am compiling the videos, so soon we'll review them and everything. But ultimately, I am going to be releasing those soon. We also did a chicken and a pork belly. Things turned out really great, but at the same time, I've eaten like a pig the entire weekend. So at this point, I'm trying to just survive. Like I said, I this past weekend, because it was Labor Day, a lot of people are out and about, which I'm like, I'm not a fan of people. So we didn't really go to the movies or anything like that. But there are two new movies we're hoping to see. So next week I'll have a review of those. But we did go and see Blue Beetle a little while ago. That was last weekend, which was mildly enjoyable. It's weird, because some movies are you don't really know, like, it's the first one of a series, so you're like, they have a lot of groundwork, but at the same time the first one should be the best one, so you're like, I don't know what's happening. Have you seen
What
any
is the
movies?
Blue Beetle? I don't know even what it really. I seen it, but I don't like. I saw advertisements for it, but I
Yeah.
don't even really know what that is. It's
Oh,
a superhero, I imagine.
it is. It's from the DC universe, which would be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, all those things. And the Blue
Right.
Beetle is actually a really cool story. It's involved in a lot of the comics, and an enjoyable one, but realistically, it's tough, right? When they keep on hiring Ezra Miller for all sorts of things, and you're like, that guy is a groomer. But what are you gonna do? Allegedly. I actually did watch the Tales of Dumbledore, Secrets of Dumbledore. It just came out on Netflix, which is I guess the newest of the Harry Potter extension, but it's actually happened in like the 30s. I don't know. It was very enjoyable. Dumbledore and Grindelwald are apparently lovers, which I'm like, hey, that's fine. I encourage all sorts of things, but whatever.
Did that
Uh,
movie come out a long time ago?
yeah, I think so, but I didn't. It came out during the end of days that we experienced over the last 3 years, so
Hmm.
no, everyone was afraid to go to the movies. So it finally came out, and we watched it. It was enjoyable. Uh, so, what about yourself? What have you been keeping up to?
I just finished the Game of Thrones. I know that's old as shit, but
Yeah.
um, it ended on a weird note.
Yes.
It wasn't a very good ending.
No. Historically.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm I'm almost done with the new Justified
Mm.
City Primeval, which I gotta be honest with you, it doesn't hold up to what the old Justified.
Well, Timothy Oliphant doesn't hold up to his old self either, so that's
I
fair.
don't know. Dude's better looking now than he was then, if I'm honest. Like,
He is running a little Silver Fox style, which I'm like, I can appreciate that, right? Like, let's put it this way, I would make him breakfast. I'd probably make him that sandwich, but that's fair. Yeah. But no, because I just watched Justified a couple months ago. I finished the first one, and they just released the new 8 episodes on Disney Plus. So I've been watching there. I'm gonna watch that too, and maybe next Tuesday we can have a full review of that. In the meantime, to let everyone know, if there's something that you would like us to put together a recipe, because we are cooking off our own ingenuity and skill set here. So if there's something you want us to give us a try, please feel free to leave it in the comments, and we will definitely check it out.
yeah, I
That
would
way we
love to
can
try
try.
something new.
Yeah, we always like trying something new because we're both fat, and that's what we like to do. We try new things and make sure they're tasty. And then if they're not tasty, we add butter and sugar until they become tasty. Because what's the point if you're not going to do that?
This is so good.
Well, I'm glad. Listen, if you can't enjoy stuff you've cooked yourself, what the hell's the point? So, in the meantime, this has been episode 2 of Hammered in Cheese. This is how you make a French toaster. So, feel free to leave us a review in the comments and let us know what you want to try. In the meantime, I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel. You can find me here, or you may be watching right now. And also, there's Sniffing Glue 22, which is Cole Clayton on all platforms. This should be broadcasting on his YouTube channel as well. And we'll go from there, but we'll be back next week and have more recipes for you. Cole, did you have anything to add?
This is really good.
Fantastic. And we may be doing the one chip challenge soon. I'm not sure I can get them here, but we'll see what we can do and figure that stuff out. So, in the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll be back next week.